Corteiz, probably the biggest up-and-coming streetwear brand in the UK at the moment. And then we have Trapstar, definitely one of the most popular streetwear brands in the UK. So in this video, I'm going to be putting both brands up against each other and see who comes out on top. This is a video series that I used to do on my channel. I haven't really done one in a long time, so I thought, you know what, let me bring it back. So what I used to do is I used to get big brands that are sort of similar in like popularity and sort of style, put them together and see what brand is like better than each other. Brands that I put up against each other are Adidas and Nike, Supreme and Palace, and probably one of my most favourite videos that I've created is Bape versus Off-White. So in this video, I'm going to be putting Corteiz up against Trapstar, and make sure you subscribe because the winner of this is going to go up against the godfather of UK streetwear, and yes, you guessed it, Palace. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so the first category we're going to be looking at is both brands' logos. First off, we have the Corteiz logo, and it's a picture of Alcatraz, and then it's got like a circle going around it. This is a very clean logo, and if I'm not mistaken, the core message behind this logo is actually to rebel against convention. Basically, it means to go against societal norms, which is pretty interesting, but I do have to say this, that it's not really that recognizable / eye-catching. Like, if you don't know the brand, then you probably won't know this logo. And also, this logo is already associated with something else, so it sort of has that stigma around it. I wouldn't be surprised if the prison guards at Alcatraz actually wore Corteiz. Alright, now we're moving on to the Trapstar logo, and I can't even lie to you, this is a very iconic logo. What I like about this logo is the uniqueness of it. The whole font that they chose to use for the logo, I haven't seen that font ever in my life until Trapstar did it. Even the T on its own is just goated. Like, it's very recognizable, very infamous within, you know, the UK streetwear culture. You know, a brand has reached a certain level when you can recognize it just from a single letter. So for all of them reasons, I am going to have to give this point to Trapstar. Alright, now let's quickly talk about the two other logos that both brands have. These logos are very similar to each other. They sort of give me the same aesthetic. This Corteiz logo has two different variations. It has this one, which is just a normal one, and then you got the same one but just with stars on it. Alright, now we've got this Trapstar logo, and what I like about this logo is just very clean. Like, it's just easy to read, and you know, it does go well on a lot of clothing items. In terms of what logo is better than the other, I really can't decide, so for that reason I'm going to give both of them points. So at the moment the score is 2-1 to Trapstar. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to the iconic pieces. Alright, starting ourselves off, we have the most iconic Trapstar item to ever release, and yes, I'm talking about the Trapstar coat. This coat hands down has to be the most worn coat in the UK. There isn't anyone in the UK that A, don't have this coat, or B, doesn't know anyone with this coat. This coat is so popular, it's sort of become like a meme now.
Yo bro, what you saying? Bro, what are you doing, bro?
Huh?
Bro, it's like 30 degrees, why are you in a coat?
Bro, I'm cold in it, I'm cold.
Bro, why are you turning your back on me?
Huh?
Bro, why are you turning your back, fam?
What do you mean turning my back, bro?
What I also like about this coat is every single year they actually upgrade the coat and do like different versions of the coat, so the old ones sort of become grails. This coat has definitely become a staple in the UK streetwear culture, and it's just so iconic. It looks nice, you know, perfect amount of branding, and I would go to far as to say that this is a timeless UK classic. However, if you step in wearing the clean, cool, calm, collective Corteiz cargos, yeah, you are certified, mate. Yes, the Corteiz cargos, probably Corteiz's most iconic piece of all time. These trousers have reached such a level to where that if you think of cargos, you automatically think of Corteiz. And for a brand to associate themselves with one clothing item is absolutely crazy, because I can't really say the same for Trapstar. Because whenever you think of a coat, you think of, you know, a Canada Goose or even a Monclizzy. You know, you're not really thinking of a Trapstar coat. I mean, you might be, but you know, it's not directly associated with Trapstar. What I do like about these trousers is Corteiz actually sort of revolutionized the normal cargo trousers. Before Corteiz, no brand was putting their logo by the crotch area, but as soon as Corteiz did it, that's it, every brand started doing it. A way they actually revolutionized the cargos as well is they have a built-in belt into this, and I haven't really seen any trousers with a built-in belt, so yeah, that is just a cool touch that I love. Okay, so in terms of who wins this point, I really do not know, yeah, because both pieces are just super iconic, and yeah, like on one side you got the Trapstar coat that is just cemented in the UK culture forever, and then on the other hand you got the Corteiz cargos, which is just a staple in the UK fashion scene, and also they actually revolutionized the cargos, so this is very difficult, I can't lie. I do want to give the point to Trapstar, but I feel like I'm sort of being biased, so in that case, I'm just going to give both brands 1 point each. So the score at the moment is 3-2 to Trapstar. Okay, cool. Our next iconic pieces we have are the tracksuits. Alright, so the first set of tracksuits that are going to be going up against each other are the logo print tracksuits. Okay, starting off, we have the Corteiz logo tracksuit. Alright, what I think about this tracksuit, it is just a logo print, so obviously nothing really too much going on. On the chest, you got the Corteiz logo, and then with the bottoms, you got the Corteiz logo with the iconic Corteiz placement of being on the crotch. This is a very clean tracksuit, and it does look comfy as well. And also, on some variations of this tracksuit, you can actually have like visible stitching, which in my opinion is just a very cool touch. Alright, moving on, we have the Trapstar logo tracksuit. Again, a very clean tracksuit with the big Trapstar logo going across the chest, and then it has the Trapstar slogan, "It's a secret," underneath the logo. What I like about this tracksuit is that they'll have a lot of variety in terms of colorways for the logos, so you know, it don't really get too tired. You know, it sort of changes up things quite a lot, and I do like that. And yeah, just all round clean tracksuit, and this is probably Trapstar's second most iconic piece. For the simple fact that it just looks better and it has more variety, I am going to have to give this point to Trapstar. So that leaves the scoreboard 4 points to Trapstar and 2 points to Corteiz. Alright, so up next we have the Corteiz Windbreaker tracksuit versus the Trapstar Shooters tracksuit. Starting off, we have the Corteiz Windbreaker tracksuit, and this is probably my most favourite Corteiz tracksuit that I've seen. It's just very clean, and also the design of it I absolutely love. I love the way that it's got this beam going down the side of it just to sort of break up the colourway a little bit. And the bottoms also come with the iconic Corteiz built-in belt, which I absolutely love. And then also you've got the small logo on the actual tracksuit, which I love because it don't draw too much attention away from the actual design of the tracksuit itself. Alright, and now we have the Trapstar Shooters tracksuit. This is a very calm tracksuit. It does get points for being original as well. However, being original is the only points it really gets, because I'm not a big fan of this tracksuit. Because I'm not the biggest fan of having like an animal on my clothing. Like, I feel like that is a bit childish, a bit cringy, but you know, each to their own, I suppose.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
And then it also has London Shooters with a basketball behind the logo. I mean, if you're a UK brand and you're promoting basketball, it don't really, you know, correlate, because UK isn't really a basketball sort of country. We're more into football. So for them to do that, I believe they're trying to, you know, cater towards the American audience. But yeah, I do not rate that one bit. And yeah, just not really a good tracksuit in my personal opinion. So for that reason, I am going to have to give the point to Corteiz. So the points now stand at 4-3 to Trapstar. Alright, and now we have this Corteiz tracksuit versus this Trapstar anorak tracksuit. Alright, now let's start off with the Corteiz tracksuit first. And this is a very nice tracksuit. You know, I love the material. It's sort of like a windbreaker, sort of sandpaper rough material. And yeah, I am here for that. A small detail that I love on this tracksuit is that it actually uses both Corteiz logos. One on the chest and then one on the sleeve of the tracksuit. Also, one more small detail about this tracksuit is that it's got a zip on the opposite chest side of the logo, and yeah, I think that is a cool touch as well. Alright, and now we have the Trapstar anorak tracksuit, and I'm a bit biased on this one because I absolutely love anoraks, and this one is no exception. The colorway is absolutely crazy, and also I love the way that it has the branding on the flap of the pocket on the front. I think that is a very cool touch, and yeah, just a very stylish tracksuit, and I am gonna have to give this point to Trapstar. So as of right now, the points stand 5-3 to Trapstar. Just to wrap up the tracksuit segment, Trapstar was sort of always going to win this battle because they've been around for longer, so they've had a lot more time to come out with a lot more tracksuits, a lot more designs and stuff. So, you know, it was sort of a no-brainer to give the point to Trapstar. But that being said, Corteiz did do its thing on the tracksuit. So yeah, moving on to the next segment. Alright, cool. Moving on to the next segment, and this is where things get really interesting because both brands are just so good at this one thing that it's going to be very hard to judge. And that one thing I'm talking about is marketing, because on one hand you've got Trapstar that markets themselves through like artists such as like Dave, but then on the other hand you've got Corteiz that have got people running around London like they're playing Pokemon Go. So yeah, both brands are just super heavy hitters when it comes to marketing, so yeah, this is going to be very difficult. Alright, cool. Let's start off with the Trapstar marketing strategies. Alright, so Trapstar's marketing strategy mainly consists of doing collaborations with UK music artists, and this is a very good marketing strategy because street music and also street clothing sort of go hand in hand and they sort of mix within each other. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the first time Trapstar ever collaborated with a musician was back in 2015 with a group called the Section Boys. A lot of you probably haven't even heard of this collaboration, but basically Trapstar actually sponsored Section Boys to make this sort of song, and I cannot even lie to you, yeah, this song actually slaps. I would highly recommend you go and listen to this song after this video. And doing collaborations with music artists is a very good way to promote your brand and also, you know, get within the culture as well. Other artists that Trapstar has also collaborated with are Blade Brown, you got Dave, I believe they collaborated with Skengdo, AM, and probably the most biggest one of all time is Central C. And the collaboration that they did with Central C is such marketing genius, it is not even funny. Central C was sort of blowing up at the time, and I believe he actually approached Trapstar, probably come out with his plan or whatever, and they actually did a collaboration for his first up and coming album, and the album was called Wild West, and the font of it was actually the Trapstar font. The album actually did really well, it went super viral, and for a brand to attach itself to an up and coming artist and that artist actually blowing up, you know, it's just absolutely marketing genius. And also another marketing strategy that Trapstar is sort of known for is, well, it's not really known for because, you know, it's a secret and all that, but basically they'll do these secret drops that, you know, that are not really promoted. They'll just slap it on their website, or like you have to do something to be able to get this item, and you know, that is sort of like a creative marketing strategy as well. I don't really have a lot of information about these secret drops because A, it's a secret, and I don't really buy Trapstar like that, so I'm not as involved within the brand that you know, a lot of people would be. So yeah. Also another, you know, cool little throwaway marketing strategy that they've done is they also did a giveaway, or they did a promotion deal or whatever in Nigeria. Obviously I think the owners are Nigerian, so they went to their country, whatever, and you know, they sort of did a giveaway, let's say, and yeah, it was alright. And yeah, that is also another good marketing strategy. Moving on to Corteiz though. Alright, cool. So when it comes to Corteiz marketing strategy, I don't even know where to start yet, because the level of creativity that Corteiz has when it comes to marketing is something that I've never seen before. You've seen it in America where clothing brands will use certain musicians to, you know, promote their brand or whatever, and you know, it's sort of been outdated. Obviously not really in the UK, like that's why Trapstar has sort of done it, but yeah, in terms of the marketing strategy for Corteiz, like yeah, just no one has ever really done what Corteiz has done, and yeah, let's get into some of their strategies. Alright, so the first marketing strategy that they've had is this treasure hunt thing where they get coordinates sent to their phone or something, and they have to run around on this wild goose chase to like find the drop, and then they have to, you know, purchase the actual like item. Very, very cool, very, very creative, and you know, they probably caused a lot of mayhem that day just running around London, but fuck it, I suppose. Alright, now we have the 99p cargo trousers, and this is probably one of my most favourite marketing strategies ever, because it was sort of a good way to sort of give back to the people and, you know, loyal fans of the actual brand. And in terms of word of mouth marketing, this is definitely up there, because best believe if I bought a pair of Corteiz cargos for 99p, I would not shut up about it. This was sort of the same concept as the first drop where, you know, they dropped coordinates or whatever and they had to run around trying to find this location, which is also just a nice touch, you know. It sort of brings a bit more, you know, a bit more fun into actually buying the clothes. Alright, now moving on to probably the most biggest viral marketing moment ever. And yes, this was when they released the bolo jackets. Alright, so basically the strategy behind this was just the typical wild goose chase that you go on to find the actual, you know, the drop. And then when you're at the drop here, if you want to buy the jacket, you would have to swap in your jacket that you're already wearing for the jacket that you actually want. And when I say this drop was absolutely crazy, that is an understatement, yeah, because people were swapping in their Monclers, people were swapping in their Trapstar coats, their North Face Supreme coats from like 2006 or whatever, you know, just crazy items just for this Corteiz jacket. And a small detail that goes along with the story is that all of the jackets that got traded in on that drop, Clint, the owner, actually gave them all to homeless people. So yes, there is probably a good amount of homeless people in London that has more drip than you. How do you feel, mate? Also, a cool marketing strategy that Corteiz does is sometimes you need a password to access their website. This is a very creative way to sort of force people to keep up with the brand. And also they did a cool marketing strategy with Nike with the release of the Air Max 95s. So each colorway was associated with a different country and they would actually just drop in that country alone, which was pretty cool. And also another touch was when they dropped in the UK, they actually did this campaign where like you would go to this event or whatever, and if you could hit the crossbar, you would actually be able to buy the pair of shoes. Alright, cool. So who wins the marketing strategy war? This is a very hard one because on one hand you got Trapstar that has sort of made a big influence on Central C's career, and you know that is a very creative way of marketing your brand. And then you got Corteiz that have sort of, you know, broken the barrier of marketing and are doing stuff that no other brand has sort of done before. yeah, fuck it. For that reason, I am going to give this point to Corteiz. Just for the simple fact that the creativity of the marketing strategy that Corteiz uses, and plus it is influencing a lot of other brands, because I've seen a lot of brands use passwords on their websites now. And yeah, for the simple fact that you're having other brands copy you is, you know, you are doing the right thing, and, you know, you are, you know, sort of pushing the boundary of sort of what marketing is. And yeah, I do just want to say that I've probably missed out a lot of, you know, little marketing strategies that both brands have done. So, you know, I haven't really given them both a fair representation, but I have done my best. Alright, so the points at the moment are 5 points to Trapstar and 4 points to Corteiz. Alright, and now the last category is going to be the final decider of if this is a draw or if Trapstar actually wins. And the final category that we are going to be judging this on is what brand I like the most. Yes, I am going to be the final decider. I don't care what your opinion is, mate. This is my opinion, so yeah. Alright, I can't lie, I am a big fan of both brands. I love what both brands are doing in their own respective, you know, sort of, you know, ecosystem. With Corteiz's, I'm such a big fan of how it's become a mainstream name within the UK in such a small period of time. The clothes are nice, the marketing strategy is even nicer. I do believe if Corteiz carries on going in the direction it is going at, it is only going to get bigger and, you know, have a bigger fan base. And also, I do believe that Corteiz has a better chance of breaking into the American market more than Trapstar does. Just for the simple fact that it has viral marketing moments, and also the Nike collaboration helped it a lot. But with all that said about Corteiz, I'm probably going to have to give this point to Trapstar, and let me quickly explain first. I just believe that Trapstar has so many more things going for it than Corteiz does. I believe the clothes are better designs, better iconic pieces as well. Also, I'd say Trapstar is more involved in the UK streetwear culture as well, by like even the clothing designs and the music they're sort of associated with. And also, I think that Trapstar has sort of, you know, gone through the mud and sort of proven itself as a brand. I don't feel like Corteiz has done that yet. It sort of feels like they've, you know, come out, they've sort of grinded for like a couple of years, and boom, they've sort of, you know, reached their rewards. And yeah, I just feel like Trapstar is just better than Corteiz in all dimensions, apart from marketing though. Apart from that one, Corteiz is GOAT at that. But yeah, I have respect for both brands. And yeah, the next episode of this is going to be Trapstar versus Palace, so make sure you subscribe. And yeah, without further ado, I'm out.